let's begin. And this is going to be an hour-long class. Begin by sitting tall. Have a nice long spine. Legs are in easy seated pose, however you're comfortable. And feel the sits bones pressing into the mat. The crown is lifted. And begin to take a slow, gentle, deep inhale. And exhale. Begin to feel your shoulders softening, your jaw softening. Perhaps if you're like Bhavana here with us, it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning and you're just waking up for your day. So begin to inhale, bring the shoulders up, round the shoulders, send the shoulder blades back and down the spine. Inhale as you roll the shoulders up, and exhale as you let them relax down. Just gentle, gentle movements. And then find stillness in the shoulders. And just for a moment, close the eyes and just be aware of what you're seeing behind your closed lids. Perhaps you see just lights from within the room, or maybe you have a window nearby with light coming in and you could just see different patterns behind the eyelids. And then take your awareness to your breath and bring your attention to your breath as it draws in and expands the lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and rib cage. Fully inhaling, and exhale, release lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and rib cage. Just a few more breaths like that. You're doing great. Inhale, lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and rib cage. Exhale, lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and rib cage. One more deep breath like that. Whenever you're ready, exhale. Maybe you sigh out the breath and begin to set your intention for your practice today. And then begin to flutter your eyes open. Thank you so much, Subi Blue, for your generosity and for your donation. Thank you. You are so kind. All right. Beginning to circle the heart over the hips. Getting flexibility in our spine. Maybe you begin to feel little pops, snap, crackle, pop in the spine as you circle, articulating the spine in every direction. Your sides and front and your back. And breathe deep. Find stillness and then begin to circle the other way. Staying in touch with your intention. If there's been a lot going on during your day, this is an opportunity for you to set that to the side for now and come to this present moment, really connecting with what's going on in your body. And then find stillness, come back to center. Place the hands on the knees if they're not already there. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and then arch the spine. Feel the collarbones spreading and the shoulder blades squeezing together. And then exhale, press the palms into the knees gently and begin to round the spine. So cat-cowing the spine. Inhaling, opening, and exhaling, rounding. So seated cat-cows. You're doing amazing. One more deep breath. Then inhale, exhale, come back to neutral spine. Place your left palm beside you on the mat. Your right palm faces up. Inhale, your right arm up and over. Begin to stretch into your right side rib cage. Soften the neck. Exhale, sweep the hand down, placing your right hand down by your side. Inhale the left arm up and over. Imagining that your left ribs spread slightly apart on every inhale. Relax your neck and shoulders. And exhale, lower that top hand. Switch whichever foot is on bottom, bring that to the top. So switch places. Sit tall and begin to circle the heart over the hips. Have this circling come from the pelvis. So we can circle up here right at the sternum, right here where our solar plexus is, which is fine. But let's take this even lower and circling down, imagining that your tailbone is tracing a very small coin on the mat as you circle. And then you may notice a difference in how this feels. Find stillness and then circle the other way. This movement is really good. If you ever have air stuck in your stomach and trying to get it out, it helps so much to relieve that pressure. Come to stillness. Place your right hand down by your side, left palm faces up. Inhale, left fingertips up and over. And breathe. Engaging your ujjayi, your ocean breath. And exhale, sweep the top hand down. Place your left hand down on the mat. Inhale the right arm up and reach the fingertips over. Maybe a slight pressure in the left hand on the mat. And then your awareness goes to your right side ribs. Soften your jaw. Remember your intention. And just be really present in this practice. Exhale, let your right hand float down. Great work. Interlace the fingers in front of the heart center. Then press the palms out. Feel your shoulder blades spreading apart away from the spine. Slightly tuck the chin down. Rock back on your pelvis. You can stay there where you are at. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. We're going to be cat-cowing here just a bit. Inhale. Arms come up just a tad. Spine arches, rock forward on your pelvis bones. Exhale, rock back. Hands lower, chin slightly tucks. Inhale, bring the palms up, and your drishti, your gaze, kind of stays with your fingers. Exhale, down. Release the hands. If you have a strap, you can grab your strap, place it in one hand and the other, or you can interlace both fingers behind your back. or both hands. And then open the heart. It's really nice to have this extra space, even if you do have the flexibility to interlace fingers and really open the heart here. It feels really nice sometimes to do something just a little bit different so we can get into a little bit different muscles. So if you do have your strap, go ahead and place each side of it in the hand and have about maybe half a meter, 1.5 feet or so between the hands. And then you can open here, and this really allows your shoulder blades to squeeze in toward the spine and the shoulders to open gently. You're doing great. Continue to breathe. And release. Sit nice and tall. Just some neck rolls, and then we'll get up from seated. So exhale, bring the chin down, lengthening the back of your neck. Inhale, chin is parallel to the floor. Exhale, send your left ear toward your left shoulder. Feel that stretch in the right side neck, all the way down to the right shoulder. Breathe. And exhale, the crown of the head back to the sky. Inhale, dip the chin down toward the chest. And exhale, crown of the head floats to the sky. Inhale, right ear toward right shoulder, and really feel the left side neck stretch gently. You may feel that stretch all the way down into your traps on your left side and your shoulders. On your next exhale, bring the crown of your head, floating it up to point to the sky. Have your strap nearby. We may come and use it here in just a bit. So just set it to the side for now. And we'll turn over to hands and knees. It's just fine if you would like to place a blanket under the knees for just a little bit extra support. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, the knees underneath your hips. And exhale, draw your navel up toward your spine. Begin to round the back, dip the chin down and tuck the tailbone under. Cat back. Inhale, sink the abdomen, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up to the sky, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose, and sync this movement with your breath. No pressure to have to try to flow with me in this cat-cow. Just go with your own breath and do what feels best for you. Maybe you feel like just hanging out in cow pose for just a few breaths. Or maybe on every exhale, moving into cat, and every inhale, moving into cow feels really nice. Fingers are spread wide. The weight of your hands isn't just in the wrists, but you feel it spreading all the way down your fingers into your fingertips. Then on your next exhale, find a neutral spine. Inhale, tuck the toes. And exhale, press the hips back into downward facing dog. You got this. I'm gonna move Anna just a little bit back, just a bit. For anyone who has just come in, the dog on the couch there is Anna, and then there's Benjamin here on the side with us. So just gently walk the dog. So Bending one knee, straightening the other, and then switching. Downward facing dog is an excellent inversion posture. Inversions help us to reduce or delay aging, reduce the signs of aging, or even delay it. Breathe. Make sure to keep your awareness in contact with your hands and keep those fingers spread wide. Coming up on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, press the hands into the mat and the heart toward the toes. Just a little bit extra stretch here in down dog. Your knees can be bent or straight. It's up to you. So exhale if you would like to straighten the legs. Inhale, come up on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, press the heart toward the toes. Maybe the lower belly moves toward the upper thighs. Breathe. And if you'd like to straighten the legs here, you can. And one more time, coming up on the balls of the feet, bending into the knees, nice and deep, and fill your lower abdomen. Maybe come in contact with your upper thighs and then straighten the legs. On your next exhale, bring the knees down. Point the toes, press the hips back toward the heels. You're doing an amazing job. Rest the heart for just a moment. Rest the wrists and just notice the freshly oxygenated flow of blood coming into your hands, into your wrists, into your forearms. You can rest your head down for just a moment if you wish. On your next exhale, spread the fingers wide, press up into tabletop. Make sure to realign your wrists underneath your shoulders. Inhale, your left arm forward, right leg back. To press Anna back just a little bit more. Point and flex your lifted foot. Point and flex those toes. Balancing table, starting to build strength in even you feel this in your triceps on that planted hand. And lower that lifted palm, lower the knee. Recenter and adjust. Press your weight into your left hand, lift your right arm out to parallel and your left leg to parallel. Point and flex your left toes. And breathe. Circle the toes in one direction and circle them in the other direction. Maybe your left upper arm is kind of trembling and shaking as we move into this balancing table. And exhale, lower the right palm, left leg, tuck your toes, press the hips back, meeting once again in downward facing dog. Then on your next exhale, you're going to take your gaze to between the thumbs and then walk, step, or jump all the way to your hands. Meeting in forward fold, grasping opposite elbows. Have a slight soft bend in your knees and let your torso hang. Let the crown of your head float as if it's shining a light on your mat. Relax your neck and soften your jaw and sway from side to side. You're doing amazing. On your next exhale, release the hands, lifting up into halfway up. So your hands can be on the mat, fingertips here, on the knees, shins, or thighs. Your choice, yogi's choice. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, sinking your hips, sweep the arms up wide and tall. Arms over the shoulders, Standing mountain, exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart, and then step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up, overhead, mini back bend. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands around your feet. Step back with your right foot and plant your right heel down. Bend into your front knee. Inhale, reverse cartwheel. Send your right arm forward and bring your hands up into parallel warrior two, and then take your gaze, your drishti, to your front middle finger. Inhale the arms up and exhale, straighten your front leg. And then flow between warrior two and this kind of modified warrior. We're reaching our arms up, straightening the front leg, just noticing which muscles are being stretched here. Where are we bringing freshly oxygenated blood to our bodies? Make sure your front knee doesn't go over the ankle. And if you feel any pain, be sure to modify so that you feel comfortable in your edge. On your next exhale, come back into warrior two. Take your gaze to your front middle finger. Exhale, lower your back arm, lift your front arm. So we meet in reverse warrior. The gaze can be up toward the sky, or it can be forward, or just wherever feels best for your neck. Exhale, sweep the arms back to parallel. Place your front forearm on your front thigh, and then reach up and over with your right hand. Breathe deep. You may feel energy in your front quad. On your next exhale, send both arms back to parallel. Then cartwheel the hands down around the front foot. Turn on your back toes. Slide your front foot back, meeting in high plank. Breathe. You can lower. Knees are welcome. Uh-oh, my dogs are starting to get crunk over there. Lower the knees if you want to, or lower in chaturanga. Point the toes, exhale, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, and then press the hips to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Lower the right leg. Inhale the left leg up. Kind of being mindful here, trying to keep the hips in one line. Exhale, lower the left leg. Fingers are spread apart, and take your gaze to between your thumbs and walk, step, or jump all the way to your hands. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale the arms out wide, coming all the way to extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Great work. Breathe. Step back with your right foot and then turn both toes forward. Angle your toes out toward the edges of your mat, and we're in this wide-legged stance. Arms come out to parallel. Palms are faced forward. Bend the elbows, bring your fingertips, pointing them up to the sky. Bend your knees, so coming into a squat. Goddess pose, and breathe. Relax your shoulders. If they start to want to come up toward the ears, relax them. See where you can find a little bit of extra softness in this practice. Let your arches lift. Breathe in, and then exhale like you're pushing four corners of a square away from your body. So press, straighten the knees and the elbows. Breathe. On your next exhale, Come back into goddess. You're doing great. Just notice the circulation in the hands, any subtle change that's happening in the body. So we press into this, like pressing out a box, coming back into goddess. And one more time, press out on your exhale. Inhale, return to goddess, and lower the hands on the thighs, straighten the legs. Turn your toes in the direction of, we're going to have a new front of the mat. So turning them to the right, step forward. So here we are, new front, different perspective in our yoga practice. Coming to the front of your mat, and then let's just take one little step back. Palms in front of the heart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands around your feet. Step back with your left foot and plant your left heel down behind your right. Bend into your right knee, your front knee. Reach your left arm forward, so your left arm floats up. On your next exhale, press into your front foot and reverse cartwheel up all the way to warrior two. You're doing great. Take your gaze to your front middle finger. Be strong in this warrior posture, yet relax where you can. Can you relax a little bit more in your shoulders? Softness in your eyes. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, straighten your front legs. Exhale, come back to warrior two. So flow with this, inhaling up and straightening the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. We'll do one more. Lower your left hand down to your left leg. Raise your right arm up for reverse warrior. And perhaps your gaze is up. Perhaps your gaze is straight forward. Do what feels right for your neck. Bring your awareness to your left hip flexor and just feel that gently stretching. On your next exhale, bring the arms through parallel and then place your front forearm on your front thigh and reach up with your left fingertips. Feel a straight line between your left fingertips and your left heel. Imagine there were a beam of light going from heel to fingertips. And remember to breathe. On your next exhale, come back to warrior two. Then cartwheel the hands around the front foot. Oh, welcome back, Sam. Sorry you lost connection. Turn on your back toes, plant your hands around your front foot. So we're in high runner's lunge for just a moment. On your next exhale, sweep your front foot back, meeting in high plank. So find your plank. Knees are welcome. Roll the shoulders back and down and then lower. Through chaturanga, down to the mat, point the toes. Inhale, peel the chest away, coming up to cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale, lower, tuck the toes, press the hands into the mat, press the hips back, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale your left leg, being mindful to keep the hips even with one another. Lower your left leg.
Inhale the right leg. Just to your edge, there's no competition. Lower the right leg. Take your gaze to your hands and walk, step, or jump all the way to the hands. Inhale to half lift. In this half lift, you really want to feel your lower back muscles engaging. Exhale, lower. Bend your knees and sink your hips. Inhale, come all the way to standing with a flat back. Palms touch at the top and have a mini back bend. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Plug the backs of your thumbs into your heart center and connect with your heartbeat. Have a slight soft bend in your knees. On your next exhale, step back with your left leg and then turn the toes forward. Grab a block if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. We can modify without. I'm going to place one block on each side. If you have one block, you can just grab one and move it to the other side. But I'll have one on each side ready for me. Turn your left toes out toward the left, 90 degrees, so straight in front. Angle your right toes in. Shift the hips back. Bring arms to parallel to the floor. Reach forward and then turn the arms like they are hands of a clock. Right arm lifts, left hand comes to the legs. This would be without a block, or you can grab your block and use it for support in your triangle pose. Breathe. Your gaze can be straight ahead, can be down, or you can even take your gaze up to your fingertips if that feels safe for your neck. Gives a little bit extra twist of our spine. Triangle pose is excellent for all the body systems. Bend into your left knee. Hold your block, grab that, bring it in front of the left toes. If you don't have a block, you can grab a chair and maybe use that for support in lieu of a block. Begin to inch your back foot closer to your front foot. And as you move closer, you'll notice your shoulder moves further ahead of your body, and just keep whatever support you have beneath your hand, keep that underneath your shoulder. Then breathe, and on your next exhale, transfer your weight to your front foot and then lift into your back leg. So lift that leg up as far as you would like into your version of half moon pose. Breathe. This is a balanced posture. It may help to keep your gaze focused on something still. One more full breath here. And then on your exhale, bend into your grounded leg and then place your back foot down. Have your heels kind of offset from each other. Lower your top hand so that shoulder's probably burning. It's okay. Straighten your front leg. Come all the way up to standing. We're going to adjust our heels as if they were on railroad tracks. So the feet may be as wide as the mat. The hips are turned forward. Hands can be interlaced behind the body. Or once again, this would be a great opportunity to bring a strap into the practice. This strap is extremely long. You can use your strap by placing it between the hands. Really gives an opportunity to open the heart in different ways and feel the shoulder blades squeezing together. It opens our front body and promotes deep breaths. On your next exhale, you're going to begin to Hinge at the hips, maintaining a slight bend in your front leg, and feel the stretch in your front leg's hamstrings. On your next exhale, rise. Coming back to standing. Turning the toes forward, keeping this wide stance. We'll use our strap in just a moment. Turn your right toes out toward the right. Angle the left toes in. So we're moving into our triangle. Both heels there can be different modifications here. So the heels can be in line. Everybody's hips are so different. Just go to whatever feels best for you and that you feel no pain, yet you're able to get in a really nice feeling stretch. Inhale the arms to parallel. Shift your hips to the left. Reach to the right. Take your gaze to the right. And then turn the hands like they are arms of a clock. Find your support, your block. You can place your hand on your shin if you wish, or your ankle. Everybody's flexibility is going to be a little different in this triangle pose. Janelle, thank you so much. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you so much. Breathe, and remembering to maintain a slight bend in your front leg. We're not locking out that knee. Breathe deep. On your next exhale, bend into your front leg. Bring the block in front of those front toes, and then walk the back foot in, keeping that block or whatever support you're using under your right shoulder. Then exhale, draw your navel in toward your spine and lift your back leg up. There's no competition. This is a balance challenge. It's okay if the foot stays closer to the floor or floats up higher than mine. Breathe. Exhale, lower. You're doing great. Lower the hands, come all the way up to standing, straighten the front leg, then offset the feet a little wider from each other. Grab your strap. If you would like to use it in this modification, it's not necessary. You can simply interlace the fingers behind the sacrum. Turn the hips so that they're face forward, and if you start to feel any pain in the knee, just adjust your feet width and the direction of your toes accordingly. Breathe in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and exhale, hinge at the hips. Bring the heart closer down toward the mat. Feel the intense stretch in your right leg's hamstrings. You are a beautiful expression of life. Breathe. Relax your shoulders. Are you gripping anywhere in the body that maybe you can let go? On your next exhale, press into your front leg, engage your core, lift the torso, come all the way up to standing. Turn the toes forward. We're going to find our way down to the floor. Heel toe your feet together. Hands maybe at heart center. You can just find your way down. Or if you'd like to move down through Malasana, yogic squat, you can. I'll do a modified Malasana. Inhaling and then exhaling, bending the knees, lifting up on the balls of the feet, heels lift up, coming all the way to seated. Well, seated on the heels perhaps.
modification. This is just a different version of malasana. And come all the way down to the floor. Coming to our floor practice, bring the soles of your feet together. And if you wish, you can place a blanket or a pillow or bolster underneath your hips. Sit tall. Inhale, let the knees float up. And exhale, like a butterfly, the knees float down. Perhaps this is a very small movement. Just feel the stretch in your inner thighs. There we go. Inhaling tall. Exhale, begin to walk the hands forward, coming to your edge. Using blocks here can be a lot of fun, and it can be very relaxing because it gives a chance and an opportunity for our neck to really relax. If you're comfortable with resting your forehead on the blocks, this really gives you a chance to relax your neck muscles and relax the back body. Let your abdomen relax as you fully inhale. Navel draws in as you exhale. Eyes soften, jaw softens. On your next inhale, press the palms into the mat and walk them back toward the body. Turning onto your mat long ways. Extend your left leg out in front of the body. Right knee hugs in toward the body. Cross your right foot over your left. Draw your front toes up so that left toes draw up toward the body. Sit tall and then hug that right knee in toward your heart. Keep the spine lengthened and long. Use your right hand as a kickstand behind you if you wish, or beside you. This is modification 1. If you want to go to a separate expression of this posture, reach your left arm up and exhale. Left elbow hooks on the outside of the right knee and gaze goes toward the right. Twists are detoxifying to the body and they help us support our digestive system. Keep doing an amazing job like you are. Come back to center, to the front. Extend your right leg. Hug your left knee in. Just stay here with this knee hugged in for just a moment. Check in. How does it feel toward your left hip? And then on your next breath, cross your left foot over the right knee. Use your left hand as a kickstand beside or behind you, and then hug your left knee in toward your chest. Breathe. And draw your right toes up toward the body. So flex that right foot. Spine is lengthened and tall. You can stay here or you can inhale your right arm up. Exhale that right elbow on the outside of the left knee and breathe. Release. Coming back to the front. Slide
sliding down, rolling all the way down to the floor. Heels come to the end of the mat. Roll down. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. You've done such amazing work today. Maybe it didn't feel like work. Maybe it just felt good. A bit of grace in your practice today. And breathe. Come back to center. Let the legs float up to the sky. So the feet float up like legs up the wall. A very restorative pose that brings the flow from our lower extremities up toward the hips. Using gravity as a prop. Reach up to your shins or wherever you're comfortable reaching up onto one leg and just glide the hands down that leg, knowing that this is stimulating lymphatic flow and helping us to detox the body even more. Targeting the inner thighs and then taking this to the other side. And lowering the feet down, placing the heels underneath the knees, palms come down by your sides, tuck your shoulder blades underneath the body. Deep breath, exhale, begin to bring the small of your back flat onto the floor, and as you do so, the tailbone points up toward the knees. Then take your gaze up toward the ceiling. So keep your neck neutral as we move and press into bridge pose. Breathe in, press your heels into the floor, draw your tailbone up toward your knees. And all the flow that we just did from the previous posture is now moving up toward our heart and to our thyroid gland. Also into the muscles of the neck and into the head. Breathe. On your next exhale, release vertebrae by vertebrae from top to bottom, all the way to the hips. Hi, Carla. Oh, Carla, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for being here. It's very nice to see you. Breathe in and exhale, sigh that out. Stretch your legs long. Reach your arms over the head. Stretch the body. If there's any other posture that you felt would be really nice for you to do before we move into our Shavasana, go ahead and take that now. This is your practice. Or if you're ready, you can move into your Shavasana. So perhaps tucking the shoulder blades under the rib cage, sending the hands out at a 45-degree angle away from the body with palms face up. The heels spread to shoulder width apart and the toes flop naturally out to your sides. And just notice what muscles you've worked today in this practice that are grateful to you today.
And notice the rise and fall of your abdomen as you breathe naturally. For the next few moments, keep bringing your awareness back to your breath. And if you start thinking, that's okay. Just let the thought go and bring your awareness back to your natural, spontaneous breath. If any distracting thoughts come up or any distracting sounds arise, just let them drift away and rest in this Shavasana pose for the next few moments. Keeping the eyes closed, begin to notice your breath. Begin to notice your heartbeat. Where in your body do you feel your pulse? Perhaps you sense that in your palms, your heart center, solar plexus, or the soles of your feet. Think of 10 things that you are grateful for. When you're ready, take in a deep inhale. And bring movement into your fingers, into your toes. And find your way over to one side. stay in a fetal type position for just a few breaths and use this moment to be aware of your body being supported by the floor, the mat, whatever support you have beneath you. Then with your top hand, begin to press that into the floor, slowly lifting the body, making your way into seated. Bring your hands to your heart center. You can have a soft gaze, or you may keep your eyes gently closed. Thank you so much for your practice today. The divine light, the divine grace that is in me acknowledges the divine light and grace that is absolutely in you, yogis. Namaste.